Hey friends, welcome to The Book Was Hotter, presented by Avon Books.
This episode, we're going to be talking about our summer reads, and we're so excited to have an exciting guest, Alex Aster.
I'm so excited for her to get here.
But first, Rain, I want to talk what is on your summer TBR?
My summer TBR. Okay, let me tell you about it. So, the first book on my summer TBR is Last Night Was Fun, which follows Emmy, who's an MLB data analyst, and basically she gets a text saying last night was fun from this unknown number. She starts like flirting and bantering with this mysterious person after they realize that it's like a wrong number exchange basically. And then she later finds out that it's her hot coworker who's also going for the same promotion at work that she is.
Oh my God.
I know, of course, naturally. And he's like this like ex-college baseball star.
Hot.
And she invites him as her plus one to go to her sister's destination wedding in Mexico. So then there's like a forced proximity, like one bed trope, lots of banter. Very excited about that one. And then very similarly, the next book that I want to read after that is Problematic Summer Romance by Allie Hazelwood.
I love her so much.
I know. I will read anything that woman puts out.
Honestly. And this one, I read it. You're going to love it.
Okay. Don't spoil it for me.
No, I know. But tell us about it.
Okay. So Problematic Summer Romance follows Maya, the main character. And so she's 23. She's a struggling grad student, and the love interest is Connor, who is 38, and he's this like successful biotech guy. So this is an age gap romance.
I love.
And it's like the trope of the brother's best friend. And basically like her brother is having a destination wedding also in Sicily. And so it's like the forced proximity trope where they have to like spend a bunch of time together, and she realizes that she wants a summer fling, that's what she thinks she needs. And so from there, that's where the problematic summer romance comes in. So
you're gonna have so much fun.
We're gonna have to yap about it after I read it.
Oh please, yeah, book club.
Well, I want to hear about what you want to read.
I feel like I am in such a mood of like sad girl summer right now. It's just I love a book with like angst, but that will still make me like giggle and kick my feet. This one I really love. It's called 32 Days in May, and it's about Nadia who just got diagnosed with lupus, and she's learning how to live her life after this diagnosis. She gets set up with her doctor's cousin, and they decide to date, but only for 30 days.
Hot.
And it's really funny. It has banter. But because of that, again, I'm in my sad girl summer era. So I really want to read Promise Me Sunshine by Cara Bastone. And this follows a girl who is grieving the loss of her best friend, and she meets this like gorgeous man that helps her like love life again. It is supposed to be like a slow burn, a heartwarming, and I just love something that will make me cry a little.
Same here. Okay, those are both on my TBR now, so thank you.
So excited.
Since we're talking about summer romances, do you just want to call Alex?
Absolutely. I love that. Let's call Alex up. I'm gonna give her a call.
Hello.
Hi, Alex. This is Michelle from The Book Was Hotter. We're talking about
How are you?
we're talking about summer romances, and I was wondering if you just want to come join us.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess I can come over.
Absolutely.
When can she get here?
When can you get here?
I don't know, like 5 seconds?
That works for us.
Perfect.
Perfect.
See you soon. Alex,
I'm just in the neighborhood.
Yeah. Thanks for
That's
swinging by.
perfect.
Of course. Okay, now Alex, we know and love you. But for those of you listening who might not know who Alex is, maybe you can introduce yourself and tell us a little about your books.
Yeah, sure. So I'm Alex Aster. I'm an author. I write primarily enemies, lovers, romance. So I have a fantasy series called Lightlark, and I just published Summer in the City, which is my first rom-com. It's very pink.
You're a beautiful baby with so many spread edges.
Yeah. No, I basically just wrote the book that I wanted to read during the summer. So I like just put everything I love in there, and I can't believe it's out.
I love it. Like like truly like you feel like you love New York. Like I love New York clearly.
Yeah.
And you can just feel New York in the pages, and the romance
Totally.
just makes you giggle and
I'm
kick your
so
feet.
glad.
I want to know, Alex, what are you reading, watching, and listening?
Oh, okay. The last book I read was a new Ali Hazelwood book. Yeah, Problematic Summer Romance.
Yes.
That's the last book I read, and also I've been there, like where she is. Like
No
I
way.
texted Ali and I was like, I went to a wedding there in 2019, like right before, and like I know exactly what you're talking about all these locations. So we were talking about that. But the last thing I watched Paradise on Hulu.
That was really
It's
good.
so good.
Yes.
I haven't watched TV honestly in like 6 months. Like I watch like little clips like on YouTube or something while I eat. But I like actually sat on the couch to watch something, and I watched that and it was really good. Yeah. And then what was the third one?
Listening to.
Oh, I just listen to the same song over and over and
That's
over
so
every
real.
single day. I'm not even joking. It's one song.
Which one is it?
Yeah.
I feel like I shouldn't say, like it'll like take away the like power of the song, but it's a Taylor Swift song. And I feel like every year of my life, and especially with like the books that I'm writing, I'll find that one song and I just will listen to it without exaggeration every single day over and over. It becomes like almost like a meditation for me, and sets like the tone. So it's from Tortured Poets Department.
Oh my God. Okay. That's enough clues.
Yeah.
For me, that's Long Live by Taylor Swift. Like
I
I just
love
like
that. Yeah.
especially when you're having like a perfect day in New York City and you're walking
Yeah.
around and it's just like long live.
Oh,
and like
yeah.
you just feel like you're on top of the world.
Yeah, it's impossible not to feel like uplifted by
Yeah.
a song like that. Yeah. Okay, so those are my answers.
No, those are such solid answers. I also feel like I pick a song that I love and then I listen to it so much that I can't stand it after like 6 months of listening to it, and then I pick a new song.
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to ask, what books are on your TBR this summer?
Oh, trying to think.
There's so many good ones.
I know.
There are so many good ones, and I feel like it's the same with TV shows that like I'll have such a big list, and by the time I'm not on deadline, it's like there's such like a new list. But I mean, I was looking at your bookshelf here, and there are a few books that I want to read on there, and I know some are arcs, so I'm just gonna like take them. But what do you guys want to read?
Oh my God. So I just finished 32 Days in May. That was
Oh.
really good.
Ooh.
It's about I just finished it, but like it's like about a girl who just got diagnosed by lupus, and
Oh,
she's having like a a completely life change,
Yeah.
and then her doctor sets her up with his cousin.
Oh, I feel like that's like a HIPAA violation.
But it was just really fun. It was
Yeah.
so cathartic, and like it was like perfect for like sad girl summer.
I
was
love
like,
that.
yeah. So that one. How about you,
Ooh.
Rain?
I know we talked about this twice already, but Problematic Summer Romance.
Yeah.
I recently read Deep End, and I feel like
Oh,
it just
yeah.
put me in this mood of like needing Ali
Yeah,
Hazelwood.
yeah.
So that's my next summer read that I'm very excited about.
Ooh.
So again, we know and love Summer in the City, but I was wondering, how would you pitch Summer in the City to your like best friend?
Oh, okay. I feel like my best friend would be like, I don't care about the book that you. But it's an enemies lovers romance set in New York City about a writer who has writer's block and the tech guy that she hates, which is a really big problem because they're about to spend the entire summer sharing a wall. And I truly did put just everything I wanted to read in a summer romance. So I always want like glamour and cool locations, but also some drama and like real life emotions. And I want to be transported, but also cry and laugh in the same book. So that's what I went for. And I wanted it to feel like a 90s or like early 2000s rom-com because I love those movies. So I just wanted to make a happy book for summer, and hopefully people are happy when they read it.
Yeah, you definitely nailed that.
Yeah, I also love that like there's a quote in book that is just like, you know, like this guy, like he could like he have everything, right?
Yeah,
but he
yeah.
makes New York City feel very like small and
Yeah,
comfortable,
yeah.
because that's exactly it. Like when you're in a person, like this city's so big and huge,
Yeah.
and then again when you wrote it with the right person, it just feels very intimate and like
Yeah.
the city kind of like belongs to you.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of rediscovered New York City writing this book because I've lived here for like 7 or 8 years now. And New York City is obviously really great, but you kind of just like stay in like what Elle would call like your emotional like 4-block radius.
Yes.
Support
So
4-block
true.
radius. And so like I had to go beyond that because I wanted to put iconic locations, but also locations that are iconic to New York that I've never seen like in books and movies before. And so I had to like go out of my comfort zone to visit these places so that I could accurately describe them. And so it was kind of like I was also rediscovering my love of New York by writing it. And I had my own summer in the city. So that's all I can hope for. And I've been tagged in people's videos where they go to New York and are doing the same activities and they're using the map in the book.
That
and
is
I think
so
it's so
iconic.
cool. I know. So it's really, yeah. So that's what I was going for. And I'm so glad that people really just are using it as a way to explore New York.
Yeah, because it's so big and truly like I feel like even like there's so many streets that like they have like 30 restaurants in them, and I was like literally I could spend a month trying every single restaurant here, and every single restaurant will have their story. And again, like you discovered, like I have like a restaurant that I love, and it's like like the owner always comes out and he's just like, I just think that it's polite that if you start drinking at a price, you finish drinking at a price. So like happy hour is all night long.
Oh my gosh,
I love
that. No, yeah, I just wanted to put my favorite locations, and like there is a coffee shop in there, which is the main coffee shop, and it's my favorite coffee shop. And I've tried not to tell people because it already became popular, not from this book, but because like famous people went there, and I was like, no, it cannot get more popular. So yeah, I put my favorite places to my own peril because I don't want those places to become popular now.
I wanted to ask because in the book, Ellen Parker essentially are fake dating and going on all of these different dates in the city. So if you were in Elle's shoes, which date would you most want to go on? And then which date would you least want to go on?
Ooh, I definitely would not want to run anywhere. So like a lot of their dates are like running dates. I would die like after like one block. I would really want to go on the pizza date. That's the date where it's like the all-day pizza date where they go to all these iconic pizza shops. Every single time I like was writing that scene or like editing that scene, I had to get pizza. Like there was no way. And there was one point where it was like 2:00 in the morning and nothing was open except for like the pizzas. I was like, I don't think this is gonna like scratch the edge. It's like I was miserable there. Like I was like, I cannot be editing this chapter. So I would want to go on that date, even though it didn't really end so good for her. But the one I would not want to go to, maybe the auction date. I mean, it sounds really fun, but I feel like auctions are really long and boring. So I probably would not want to sit there forever, but I think I would like the highlights of it.
Going back to the pizza thing, I feel it's so relatable because I feel like New York was sold to me as the city that never sleeps.
Yeah.
And yet,
a lot of places sleep.
It's like it's been 3 a.m. and I'm looking around and people are sleeping. I was like, what's going on here?
I know. No, I mean that's like the thing about like writing really late is I always try to like kind of order like a little treat to like kind of be like, I'm staying up really late to edit this book, but I'm gonna order something. And sometimes you just pass the threshold of like anything that's good and you're just going off like the 24-hour places and you're like, man, like there's this one frozen yogurt place that I love, but it closes at like 9:30, and so I know, and I get it almost every single day. I'm like, I'm always on deadlines. I'm always ordering from this yogurt place. Yeah.
What's your yogurt order?
And I'm not telling.
Okay. Yogurt order the podcast.
Already, sometimes it closes down because it's so busy. So like, no way.
I want to start a petition that more coffee shops should be open 24/7. Like
just for Alex being on deadline.
Oh,
like they need to know
exactly.
they're helping her.
Like authors on deadline.
Exactly.
That's our coffee shop idea.
I know. No,
Wait,
seriously, they close at 4 p.m. And bagel shops too. I got a bagel on my way here, and so many other places were closed. So yeah, bagel places and coffee places 24/7.
Do you want to keep your bagel order as well?
Oh no. I've tried a lot of different bagels. This one was the Essa bagel because it's like right here.
Right here.
But I also recently tried the pop-up bagels.
I love those.
What are your thoughts?
I really like it when it is really warm, but sometimes it's just not. And when it's really warm, it's so good. But also I feel like it's gonna give me a heart attack, and I'm not kidding. I got the bowl of butter, like, because you have to get spread. I got butter, and then I got 3 bagels. I ate all 3 bagels and almost finished the tub. And I had, like, I was Googling, like, can you get a heart attack at, like, 29? Like, I was, like, because I honestly thought I was going to have it because I had such bad heartburn. So I don't think I can eat that anymore because I have zero self-control. But I do like it. It's good.
No, it's really good because the smear is kind of different.
Yeah.
So, like, instead of, like, putting it inside, like
you dip it.
You dip it.
Yeah.
I really love that.
Yeah.
I love pop-up bagels. They're like 20 minutes away from my apartment, so sometimes I'll wake up early enough because there's a big line always.
Really?
Yeah. So I just like sometimes I wake up early enough that I just like I'll just go and do it.
Yeah.
Like it's a little walk, and it's like you have to walk through like Washington Square Park and everything like that.
Yeah.
But I also love of course the bacon, egg, and cheese. But I
Oh.
add a hash brown.
Ooh.
Try it.
Why did that just like blow my mind? You can add a hash brown. Okay, I'm gonna do that next
Do
time
you
I
have like a
go.
bagel order that you like?
Probably a bacon, egg, and cheese on everything. Recently I went to Apollo Bagel. That's like
Oh,
another
yeah, I
like
heard
big
that's really
popular
good, yeah.
one. Also super delicious. And Pop-Up Bagel. My little sister visited me like last weekend, and that was like my chance to be a tourist again.
Oh,
So
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, let's go to all the like popular like bagel places. And they were really good.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I know. I love like so actually for the pizza scene, it was supposed to be bagels.
What?
It was like supposed to be an iconic New York food.
Absolutely,
And
bagels are
so
so
I think it was
iconic.
like supposed to be hot dogs at first, and then like I think I was like, okay, how about bagels? And then I just thought like pizza is more fun, but it this is kind of a spoiler, but she like it makes her sick because she ate so much of it. So I was like, could you really get sick from bagels? Like eating that many
Well, you
bagels?
just discovered that.
I mean, yes, you can get a heart attack, but I wanted her to throw up. So like that's why it changed from bagels to pizza, but I almost did hot dogs, but then I was like, how
Is it-
many hot
hot
dogs? Like
dogs?
you just go to
Yeah.
different stands.
Yeah.
So that's how the pizza
I do worry about the people who have like the hot dog eating contest.
Oh,
Because they
yeah,
eat like
yeah, yeah.
100.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh my God,
I
can you
know.
die from eating hot
Oh
dogs?
yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, that's true. And also, I don't like hot dogs, so it was one of those things where I had to go try a bunch, and so I was like, I'm not gonna go eat like 50 hot dogs.
Wait, sorry,
Yeah.
I keep asking all food,
No, yeah.
but like, how about pizza? Like, do you have your favorite one?
I mean, I do like Joe's, and like we
Joe's is a
we went
classic.
there. Like that one's really good. There are some places I couldn't go because it's like so like Lancali or like that, yeah, or it's Lucali. Yeah, it's in the book, but I could not go because like you have to wait like for hours. So I had to like rely on just like interviews and like kind of like doing that kind of research. But I really want to go to Lindustry. Like I went, but it was so good, and they opened a new one like closer
Yeah.
to me, so I want to go there.
That's perfect.
But I think Joe's is probably the best that I've had recently.
yeah, like
yeah.
again, like a pizza tour.
Yeah.
So I also want to know what would be like Yules's like favorite day in New York City. Like, what was your perfect day? Like your perfect
Oh.
schedule. You're not on deadline.
Oh.
You have a whole free day.
It's like a fantasy. Like what? I would get up not at 6 o'clock in the morning because that's the time I wake up. Yeah.
Wow. that's
Every
pretty-
single day.
Businesswoman.
Yeah. Saturday, Sunday, does not matter. 6 a.m. doing my deadline. So I would probably wake up at 9 the way I used to. Because I used to have one book come out every year. So I could just like sleep in more often. So I would wake up at 9. I would make a latte. And I use half calf because I drink so many lattes that if I actually had full caffeine, I would die. Like there's no way. Like I would have a heart attack. So I would have my half calf latte
And
my
you make it at home.
Yeah, and I have special mugs, and so I have like they're all like mismatched, and so I get like the special one based on my mood, and I'll like plan out which mugs I'm crazy. Like
No, I
like
love
yeah,
this.
I would like plan the different mugs. So I would use my pink mug, and then I would go on my couch and watch like House Hunters International. I love
Like a comfort show.
Alex is just like us. Oh my God.
House Hunters International is my favorite show in the world, or like Fixer Upper, like one of those
That is
shows.
I also love Extreme House Makeover.
Oh, really?
I used to think about it all the time because I would be stressed out of like, I don't know if
Yeah.
you're familiar with the concept,
yeah.
but they would be like, what is your favorite thing in the world? And they would be like, I don't know,
You're
chess.
gonna- yeah,
and then
make
your
your room-
whole room
oh,
would be
yeah.
like
No,
chess.
no. That
So I
like
would be
stresses me
stressed
out.
out.
Yeah, no, I can't. Except for like they had one that like was a themed one. I liked that. I love Rock the Block. It's like where they all compete. So good. So I would watch one of those shows. And then
How many episodes would you allow yourself to watch, or just all day?
No. I honestly I could not do all day. I would feel so guilty for not like working. But I guess in this like perfect day, so I would watch like 1 or 2 episodes. Then I would go for a walk. Cause I do love living in the city because I can walk, which is just wild. Sometimes I'm on deadline and I will not leave my apartment for weeks. And I'm not joking, for weeks, because I'm just like tied to my desk writing. So I will actually leave my apartment and I'll like walk around. And so I'll go to get my second coffee of the day at the coffee shop
Shop that you
should
like.
not be named because I want to keep it a secret. And then I would go get like I love brunch, and I have not been able to like go to brunch as much as I've wanted to. So I would go to brunch with my friends. I would keep walking around. I would like listen to a podcast while I walk, which is what I do. And then
What neighborhood would you walk around in?
I like Madison Square Park, Union Square. I would go to the big Barnes and Noble, which I do all the
Yes.
time. I
Mhm.
haunt it like a ghost.
I look for you every time I'm there.
oh.
I'm like, maybe Alex is here.
It's kind of so I used to live way closer to it, and I used to go without exaggeration every single day, and I would go at like weird times, like 8 p.m. because they close at 9. And every single time I would go, someone would be like, oh my gosh, I'm visiting from wherever and you're always here. And I was going to see if you were here and you're here. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm here way too much. If that's happened to me multiple times. But I would go to Barnes and Noble. And then I always go to the Strand too because it's on the other side.
Yeah, it's exactly there. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I don't know. I guess I'm really boring because like
No,
the
that's
thing I
perfect.
love to do is my jobs. Like I would write or like I would read. And then I would go to bed. And
That's
then and then I would wake up at 6 a.m. I'd be like, oh my god, I didn't work yesterday.
I love that. That sounds like a perfect day.
Really?
Especially because like brunch, like that's such
Oh,
a
yeah, yeah.
quintessential like New York City
I love
thing to do.
brunch, yeah.
And again with your friends, but you're stronger than I do because whenever I have brunch, I'm like immediately nap afterwards.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm just like time to go
God.
night
Oh,
night.
yeah, I mean, I guess like a nap would be amazing, like midday nap.
Yeah, this is your fantasy, so
yeah,
yeah,
I guess.
it could be anything you want.
That would be great. Yeah.
How about you, Rain?
Okay. I think my day would be similar in like it's very based around like what's my next coffee
yeah,
of the day.
yeah.
But like first would be like walk to a coffee shop,
Yes.
get a croissant and an
Ooh.
iced espresso. Sit
You get
outside
an
and read
iced
for
espresso.
iced espresso.
She's insane now, you
because-
know. 'Cause I
Okay.
have got it, like I have
With
seen her
no
got her.
milk?
No milk,
No
no
milk.
nothing, just straight up.
I would get an Americano, but they add too much water and then it's watered down. So like I can control the water portion. I know it's
You're
crazy.
playing with like, can I die from
Yeah,
coffee?
yeah.
I'm like, how fast can I make my heart race right now? I'd love to like read outside for a little bit,
Oh, that's
like while I drink
cool.
my coffee. And then I would love to walk to Central Park,
Ooh.
go read some more. I love to like walk around like the castle and like the Bramble area.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
beautiful.
And just listen to like medieval music because I'm like, I'm
Oh,
a princess.
really?
Like,
That's cool. That's
I'm like, I'm
cool.
living up my like fantasy character dreams.
Oh.
And then maybe, I don't know, maybe get dinner probably on the Upper East Side on like one of my favorite restaurants. And then I'd love to do like a jazz club at night. Like I love jazz clubs. I
Ooh.
think those are the moments that I'm like, I really feel like I'm in New York
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
But Michelle, what about you?
Oh my gosh, that day sounds so
So
interesting.
I
I just now realized I don't have a life because all my stuff are so boring.
No, I
Oh,
loved
that's
yours.
perfect. I would also watch
No,
like
mine is a
reality
little-
TV.
You'll just find me running around the forest of Central Park like that.
No, that's so cool.
Super
Yeah.
caffeinated.
So for my day, I also love to like plan out like what like, you know, like sometimes you're so busy and like you're
Yeah,
like
yeah.
looking at your friends and stuff like that. So like sometimes I have like what I call like solo days where
Oh.
like it's just for me. So I start by like getting a bagel in my bodega
Ooh.
and coffee, of course. And then I'll read in the park and I'll go thrifting after work. Because whenever you go in the
Oh.
morning, you'll get the best stuff,
Oh my
right? So I
gosh.
have gotten like cute purses and sunglasses and stuff like that.
So that's
I
your
have my favorite thrift
secret.
shops that I'm also
I know.
gatekeeping.
Yeah, you
Like,
told
I'm
me
just like,
them
you
one
will
time.
never get them
Yeah.
away from me.
No, I saved them. I know what ones they are.
No, I know you know. I'll share them with you
Okay,
afterwards.
thank you. Wait, that's so fun. Yeah, I love the activities that like make you remember you live in New York.
Yeah,
Exactly. And especially like I have this specific thrift shop where like the lady, she is such a New Yorker.
Oh,
so all
cool.
her like Upper East Side ladies like come and hang out
Oh,
and they're
that's
just
cool.
like, you know, behind the counter having fun. And I don't know, like she's just such a special lady. Like I remember like I tried on this coat and she was like, I love it, darling. You must have it. And I was just like, okay, like it's like, I really love it. And I was like, the tag said like I think like 50 or something like that. And she was like, no, just keep it. And I was just like, and then
Do
like,
you
she's
live
like,
in a
"What?"
movie? Like, oh my god.
Yes.
I live in an Alex Aster book. Like,
Yeah, seriously. No.
and I feel like that, like again, like it's just like the New York magic that
Yeah.
is like I read a lot about like how they say like New Yorkers are not nice, but like they're kind in the most
Oh.
unexpected way. Like it's also like when it's raining, like sometimes like people will like, you know, not give me my umbrella, but like
Yeah.
I've seen people like, you know, help out. Like I
Yeah.
remember like this kid was trying to like cross the street and like it was raining. and like a lady just was like holding an umbrella for him and stuff like that. So it's just
Yeah.
like the very like levels of kindness, or like, you know, your bodega guy, like he remembers my
Yeah, yeah.
bagel order and he's like the same, and it's just like
Aw.
yep. And so I took one of my friends to this thrift shop because she was going to the opera.
Oh.
I know, for the first time
Yeah.
ever, so she was looking for a dress. And again, like New York magic, like we
Yeah.
went and she found like the perfect dress in her perfect size.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it was like,
No, I do think
perfect.
like there are New York moments that are like stranger than fiction. Like it's like it happens to you and you're like, if I read that in a book, I would be like, this is just unreal. But it happens
It
in New
happens,
York.
yeah. It's just that kind of magic.
Yeah, yeah.
So again, I'm insane. So I like to go like in a little like thrift shop tour.
Yeah. Oh,
Like they're
that's
like in a
cool.
perfect line.
No, that's amazing.
So I'll do that until like 3, and then I'll go see like a Broadway show
oh
at
my
5.
gosh.
And then I'll come out, and then I'll just have dinner and go home.
Your days are so much more interesting. I feel like I could do mine literally anywhere. Oh, that's awesome.
But that's like the special part though, is like even doing things that are maybe like more normal or like mundane can still be special in
No,
New
it's
York,
true.
like just because you're here.
No,
because
Exactly.
you're
it's
local
true.
It's just
now,
like it just
so-
so happens that like again like you happen to be walking by
Yeah.
Washington Square Park. Like how
Yeah.
many movies
I
have that
know.
iconic
so
park?
many times like I'll look around, I'm like, this looks like a movie. Like New York constantly just looks
Mhm.
like the yellow cabs, like everything is so gorgeous here. Summer in the city, like actually summer in New York City feels like a movie. It does.
Absolutely.
Like I walked around like a park and there's everyone like on their picnic blankets and there's friends and like they're reading and someone's like up against a tree like working. It looks like a movie. It's kind of magical.
It truly is. And not to be like a super fan, but like it's not like any other city in the world.
Yeah,
Like,
no, it's true. It's true. And so I tried to capture that. And like, I feel like if people come here during the summer, you'll see it. And I don't read a lot of books about cities like during the summer. Usually you're on a beach or like on a vacation outside of the city. And a lot of people leave the city during the summer. But it's just, I love the energy because everyone's like coming out of hiding from the winter and
Yeah.
they're just like outside drinking lattes and reading. And just you remember, or at least I remember during the summer, like why I love to live
Mhm.
here.
I'm exactly that. And again, you capture it perfectly.
Thanks, I tried.
Well, speaking of the city feeling like a movie, do you have any movie updates that you can share with us?
So I do, like I just had like a really cool meeting. I mean, it's really interesting how all the movie stuff comes together because that also does feel like magic, like the right person reading it at the right time and then sharing it in just like the right moment. And so that's like what happened with this is the executives at New Line or Warner Brothers, like they found it at the moment where they were looking for a rom-com. And I love that there's a rom-com resurgence happening. Like
Oh,
there's
absolutely. I love it.
Yes, because for so long we didn't have those movies and they're some of my favorite movies ever. And so I'm just so grateful that those people found it and they love it. And it really is happening very quickly. So I don't know if I can share anything right now without getting in trouble. But there's really big news for this movie and for the Lightlark movie. Yeah. So just lots of meetings, lots of other people like working on it, writers, like directors, like people who are very heavily involved. And it's really cool to see like the thing that you wrote, just other like creative people making it not their own because it's an adaptation. It still has the stuff that readers love, but they're just so smart and it's so cool just watching them and seeing, and like luckily I really trust everyone that's involved with both of the projects, but it is really cool to have the meetings and just be like, oh my gosh, like this is amazing, and then go back and like just write by myself in my writing cave. So it is cool, and I went to LA to go to like Warner Brothers and Universal for some cool meetings. So yeah, as soon as I can share. But I will say the cool thing about both studios is they really do listen to readers. So they have told me like, okay, like what do you think? And they've consulted me a lot. I'm like, I'm technically an
That's
executive.
really great.
Yeah, I'm technically, they have to, but like, because I'm an executive producer and I put in my contract. But they have been really great, and I send them like when people tag me in like a fan cast, I send that to the studio and the producers, like everything. So I think readers would like to know that because I think that sometimes when you're a fan of something and you're
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
you just never think it's gonna reach that, but but they pay attention and they care, especially for something like this, where like the readers are such a huge part of its success. Like they really do care. And so I was at a huge meeting for this one, and the person involved in the movie was actually naming things that they had seen, online. And so it's like all these
guys,
videos,
you're watching.
no, they are. They really are. And that's something that just has blown me away, that these like people that like, if I told you, you would like, it would be so exciting, but I absolutely can't. Like they look at the casting stuff, they look at the music stuff, like they look at everything online. And I think it's so cool because readers have so much power now, not only for publishing, but also for movies. So yeah, I'm going to stop talking before I get into
I love to hear that. Now you're going to see the Avon Books account like constantly being like, fan cast. This is for the producers.
Talking about fan cast, we actually might have some suggestions.
I know. That is something.
Yeah. Okay, we have some ideas. Okay. You go.
Okay, I'll go first.
Okay.
So I have a couple different options.
Okay.
Number 1, Michelle and Pedro Pascal.
I support this.
But if Michelle is too busy as she is,
I'm working in publishing.
being an icon and the book was hotter,
Yeah.
then unfortunately I know that we can't have Pedro Pascal be the love interest for someone
No,
else.
I'll get too jealous.
Yeah, he's
like,
only a part
the
of it.
materialist almost killed me.
exactly,
Like,
So second options, I did research on this and I looked at like what other people on TikTok were saying, and I was like, those are really good suggestions.
they're really great.
I was like, they're doing the good work. So, okay, Camilla Morrone from Daisy Jones and the Six for
she's
Elle.
great.
Yeah, I just feel like she captures like the Elle energy really well, and she's just like beautiful but can also be like really funny and witty. And then also maybe Nicholas Hoult. Like the first time I saw this, I was like, huh. And then the more I thought about it, I was like, he's really tall. He's like 6'3", and like I feel like he can do like a Yearning Man really well for Parker.
Honestly,
So,
I don't think I have seen him do a Yearning Man, but you saw the potential.
yeah, I see the potential.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, what about you? I want to hear yours.
Okay, so I have like a few.
Okay.
Isa Gonzalez.
Yeah.
She's beautiful. And Camila Mendes
Ooh,
from
yeah.
Riverdale. Like,
Yeah,
she's beautiful. And then for the man, and you can disagree, Glenn Powell. He's so good.
I don't think
it's just like you're trying so hard not to like react.
Some of the names that you guys have said have been names that I've heard from,
we saw online and we're like,
yeah,
agreed.
Yeah, not only online but other places. But
I love you trying so hard not to spoil
I don't want to get in
anything.
trouble.
I think Glenn Powell is one of my favorite leading men, just because I love Set It Up.
Yeah.
I love, and again, like it's in New York City, and like he's so funny. So that was really my fan cast.
No, I know. I mean, for everyone that's involved in especially this movie, I've told them, I'm like, the readers really are gonna feel strongly about who plays like Parker and Elle, and I'm like, how do you even find someone who looks like Parker?
I know.
But yeah, interesting. Yeah, interesting.
There's also Jacob Elordi and Theo James. We were talking about
Theo
this before,
James
and this is an
too.
important conversation.
No, but I was thinking about it, and Theo James might be like, he might age out already, but
Oh no.
I'm sorry, Theo, if you're watching this, you can do anything
We
you
still love
want.
you, Theo.
I mean, it is really interesting because I know that like readers really do care. Of course they do, like about like the casting. And that is something that luckily they do listen. They do listen to readers.
Is there some fan cast that has surprised you, that like some reader has tagged you and you were like, oh, I didn't see that, but I kind of like it? You don't have to compromise. This is not. You don't have to answer it either.
No, I mean, I think there hasn't been one that has surprised me, because I think that, like you said, the readers are so good. Like they're so smart about like picking different people. I think more it is about like the chemistry, and this is something that has been talked about in these meetings, is it a lot of it depends on the chemistry between the characters to make it work. And so like when certain like names get thrown around, like you have to see the chemistry. It's about, and so I'm glad that like that's not my job to like, because every single time like a name gets brought up, I'm like, oh my gosh, it would be amazing. But you just have to really see if it works.
I hope you're in the room when they do like the chemistry or like like the reading test.
Yeah, no, I mean, luckily, like I've been very involved and like I've seen like different things, which is really cool. But the one thing that I am like not compromising on for both Lightlark and this one, and this is the thing that like I walked into like the whatever meetings, and I was like, this is the thing I'm really gonna like stick to my guns with. is the outfits. Like,
Yes.
like, I was
Oh my
like, her
God,
red
yes.
dress, her like little black dress, like everything has to be like iconic. And so I told everyone, 'cause before you're like having all these meetings, and everyone's like, yes, oh my gosh, and they're bringing up like the like yellow dress from like that Kate Hudson wears, and like, you know, like Sydney Sweeney's like blue dress, like all the iconic like rom-com like
Absolutely,
outfits.
yes.
That is where my heart lies. So like whoever does play these characters, just know that like I'm pushing for the cool dresses.
No, exactly. And I'm glad that like people are excited about it. You know, like the people
Yeah.
behind the scenes is like, absolutely,
no,
we're
they
gonna
are.
work for you.
Yeah, they are. That was my one thing where I was like, okay, great. You can make the movie. Like,
You're
if you
also
can-
like
And
a
it's like,
fashion
and you can
icon,
make
so
one my
that's what I'm
size.
like. No, like your tour outfits are so good. Like that alone is the resume
Oh my
for
God,
them for
yes.
you to be able to like veto any outfit or put in any outfit you
Yeah.
want. in movies.
I spend so much time looking for the outfits, and like I always know the color, like for this is pink, and so like I'll just like type in pink and I will go through just like hundreds of pages of clothes, and like my eyesight has worsened from that, and I'm like, maybe I should like ask someone else. No, it's me
No, you're-
always like trying to find it, but I take great pride because like in my outfits, like day to day, I wear this. Like this is what I wear when I'm writing. And so like on the few days a year where I leave my writing cave, I like to wear the cool like sparkly outfits.
Okay, 2 things.
Yeah.
3 yourself. 3 yourself. Always 3 yourself. You really work so hard on the book.
Literally.
This is your little treat. And Drain is a fan of a little treat, so always treat
Yeah,
yourself.
Sweet treat.
So, and also like, I love all your outfits, but the New York one specifically, especially like the
Oh.
shoes that had like the little bows or like the little butterflies.
The little butterflies.
Butterflies,
Yeah. I know I will get an outfit for a book because I know the books that are published, like no one else knows, but like I know like the next like 2 years. And so I know
So
the
you're
color.
really looking for the outfits.
I got the outfits for Summer in the City a year in advance. And for the Light Lark books, like it's always like almost a year in advance because I'm thinking like that. I'm like, okay, it has to be this color. And we're looking at colors for something right now. And I'm like, oh my gosh, how am I going to find an outfit in this color? And so there have been some releases. Like red was hard for Light Lark because weirdly at that time I just could not find a red dress. Blue was good for Nightbane. Pink was the easiest because there's so much pink right now, especially like after Barbie and stuff like the movie. There has been a lot of pink out there, so pink was the easiest. The next few colors that I know of that people don't know about,
Yeah.
those are
Maybe
gonna
you
be
should
difficult.
work backwards. You know, you're like, I love this color.
know.
Let's make it work, guys.
I know. No, it's interesting because like my closet is like the pretty clothes are literally just like you'll see. It's like
The eras. Your eras.
I mean, it's like a bookshelf because like my bookshelves that I'm trying to set up now like are all the books, and it looks like the bookshelves because they're like the colors of the books. Yeah,
I
it's
love
kinda
that.
funny.
If you ever give like an AD home tour, you're gonna have to do like a closet tour that's like it's like historical documentation of like the eras of your books. So, or you can go do this on TikTok. I'd love to see this. That and your mug collection.
Oh,
like,
it does not look good right now. I would have to like organize everything. It looks like a mess.
So going back to Light Lark, so you know this is a fantasy world,
Yeah.
but I always love to imagine what would happen if they came to New York City. What would they do?
Oh my gosh. I think Isla would immediately like get a hot chocolate because she really likes hot chocolate in Light Lark, and she also loves dresses. So I think that she would like go to Fifth Avenue and like go on a shopping spree, and she would wear like all of the different like beautiful dresses or like the equivalent in this world. I think that she would really like the fashion here. Grimm would like destroy New York trying to find Isla. Like it would just be like in tatters, like skyscraper. He would not care. He would just like there would just be like like it would be like blazing with like just he would just turn everything to ash and find her. He would not care.
that's the standard.
Yeah, it's a standard. Yeah. Oral would more politely be trying to find Isla. You know what? I think he would be like a finance bro. Like,
Oh my
in
God.
a suit, like one of
Can
those.
see
Yeah,
that.
he would. Yeah, I feel like I have seen like finance guys that look kind of like or like blonde, like tall.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that would be him. I don't know what job Grimm would have. Maybe. I don't know, one where he would just have a lot of power and be kind of like merciless, but only nice to us.
Yeah, like maybe a different type of finance bro.
Yeah,
like
or
a really good
or like
finance bro.
no, like whatever, like I guess like the head of like private equity or something, like whatever, like the like most cutthroat. Like
Yeah.
I don't really know what that or like I don't know.
Whatever private equity means.
Whatever that is. I just, yeah.
Maybe there's a fan fiction like this that exists.
Yeah,
It's like
I
Laylark
do.
fanfic.
Yeah, he
like,
would be like the villain. Like whatever, like villainous, but like powerful, but like he's still grim.
Yeah.
That would be him. And then Isla would be like an artist, and she would just like
Beautiful. Yeah.
yeah.
So speaking of Lightlark, how is writing a rom-com different than writing romantasy?
Yeah, I mean, I think that writing a rom-com was really fun because first of all, it's in first person, and I've only ever, or I did for many years, only write third person for fantasy. And so it was really cool to get in someone's head and just like write more like stream of consciousness. So like Elle's voice is a lot closer to my voice because it is first person. I also, something that I did not realize was how fun it is to use like modern references. So just like to describe, like in one of the first few pages, she describes her like comforter as like it like foams like a cappuccino. I can't do that in Light Lark.
So
Like there's no
true.
cappuccino, and like even though I manage, I guess, to put hot chocolate in the Light Lark.
Like, it's your world. You can do anything you want.
Like you can't say like this looks like this modern thing, and that really limits you. And so it really, like, for world building, it takes a lot of like just energy and also like focus, whereas like in the real world it is obviously like still hard to describe, but you can just make these references of like this looks like this, like, you know, show, or like this sounds like this music, or just like all these cool descriptions I had never been able to make, or like just observations. Like there's a line in there that's like all of the fast casual restaurants that like they're like they resurrect themselves like every like few like months, and like it's like an endless like trendy reincarnation. Like that's some, like a thought that I've had of like this one storefront has been 20 different restaurants. Like
Yes.
that's like something that I've thought of that I could never put in a Light Lark book, but I put in this because it's like a little observation, or just like, you know, the way New York City works. Like I live in this world and I can't really picture things in my head. Like that's something that I can't do. And I did not know that people see like a movie in their head when they read, and I see like almost nothing. And so I really have to work hard to like visualize in the way that I can, meaning like I have to have like pictures, or like I have to like have music to really like try to describe things. And so for this book, I was actually able to like go to the places. Like I sat in Central Park and was like, what does it look like? What does it smell like? Like let me like really immerse myself. And it made it so much easier to describe stuff because like I just cannot picture things in my head. So like it was a lot cooler to be able to like be in the place. Yeah,
I will say that I don't think you're giving yourself enough credit, because like I think your brain was beautiful. Because like when you came in, you were like, this chair looks like a centipede, and I was like, I had never thought of that before.
But
I was
it's
just like,
true, yeah.
it's true. I was like, now thinking about it,
It's a writer's brain.
Like
it
her
looks
brain.
like the one from Bug's Life.
Oh my god, wait, it really does.
Ever thinking
The one
about
that gets little wings at the end. Yeah.
I'm never gonna unsee it. Every time I see these chairs, I'm gonna think of that now. So.
Whenever say that, of course she's an author. Like, of course that
I
would
mean,
be
but
her.
like, okay, I'm sure there are centipedes in the world of Light Lark, but like there's so many things that I think in that way, but I can't do that for Light Lark because like the world is like, I can't say it looks like the centipede from Bug's Life in Light Lark. Like that would make no sense. So yeah, that's the part I really enjoyed, and that surprised me because I didn't realize I was missing that.
Well, I feel like all your on-the-ground research really shows in this book, because you really did go do like the first person, like in-person research for this.
Yeah.
So one thing that I actually so love, and like I'm so impressed every time I see you do TikToks, because I have the pleasure of watching you film TikToks, and it's like she's a master.
We are your
And
number
me and
one
Ray
fans.
work in social media. I just have to know, do you have any TikTok secrets or TikTok tips?
Oh, I guess so. Like TikTok has changed so much since I started posting. Like I started posting in 2018, and like I've seen everything, like the trends and like just different like formats that were not even possible back then. And so I think just like the thing that has remained true for the last few years is just to have your own unique perspective and just lean into it. And you all know, like making videos, like coming up with them, filming them. I have thousands of drafts. Like for every one video I post, I will have like 20 different drafts. And so it takes a lot of time in editing. Like sometimes I'll edit a video for 6 hours. Like if it's one of like I posted one video that's like, this is Alex. I almost lost my eyesight from like how much I had
the one with
yes,
the bold,
yes.
like the voiceover editor?
I like
oh
so
my
like
God.
I'm the only one who's like editing the videos, filming them, and I'm not like necessarily that good at it. And so it takes such a long time for me to do it. And so I was in CapCut for years, like doing this, like it just literally 12 hours, like it a nonstop all day. I got a migraine, like horrible. But I also, whenever I start making video, I can't stop. Like I have to go through it. And so it's fun to learn. I have had situations where I have spent like 10 hours on a video and like the video gets lost or like the trend. Yeah. And so that's not fun. But I think my tip is just, you have to love what you're doing. So although like I definitely don't necessarily love like the editing part when it takes that long, I think if you don't really love like what you're making and what you're talking about, it'll come through. And also like, why would you want to work on that for so long? And so I think just having just a focused perspective too. Like I only really post about books and post about writing because that is most of my life. And so yeah, I think that also just like watch the For You page the same way. Like I always tell writers, like read a lot of books in the genre that you want to write in, just so you can see what's out there and what's popular. It's the same thing for TikTok. Like you have to be on the For You page, seeing what works, what doesn't, and kind of asking yourself like, why did I watch this whole video? And then just look at your analytics like that. I think that that's like underrated, is just seeing like, oh, this one people watched this long, and just try to put yourself in the viewer's shoes of like, oh, was something really engaging at the beginning? But I'll say too, like, I don't know, like, there's so many videos that have gone viral that I was like, I almost deleted that video, or like, I didn't even know that was gonna do well. So I think it's also just, it's fun because you just never know what will go viral. And so it gives a lot of hope that like you could post 10 times a day and like something might catch on. But yeah, I think that's also like the magic of the algorithm, is if it had always remained the same, then it would kind of be boring. But nowadays, you never know what's going to go viral. You never know what the next trend is. And I think that's really fun. So yeah, I definitely post a lot less than I used to. I used to post like 4 times a day, and it was a lot. And
it was a lot.
Yeah, it was
grind,
so.
yeah.
It is a lot. I'm tired just thinking about it.
Yeah,
we do once a day.
Yeah, like, it takes such a long time. But nowadays, I just do more like talking videos, or like ones where I don't have to have like 20 different
you're signing 4,000.
Yeah, I mean, that. It is a lot. So I think you just have to really like it, because you all know it's not, you can't just post one viral video. You have to be posting all the time, and it becomes another job. So like, if you don't like it, don't do it. Cause like, do something else that you actually like.
Did you write that down? That was genius advice.
Recording.
You're gonna see the Avon Books TikTok account take off now. Okay, we just got consulting.
No, you
from
all
Alex
are really.
Aster.
No, you all are really good. Yeah.
Okay, right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody heard that.
But I do think that like when you edit enough videos, and when you see enough videos and like see what works and what doesn't, you kind of do know like what people want to see. And I think that's the thing that's cool. It's like after a while, like when you read your comments, and I read the comments and I respond, and like I'm so lucky to have readers who like watch the videos and stuff and like read my books, like you see what is working and what doesn't, and you're able to just kind of see like, oh, okay, like next time I'll make my video shorter. Next time and I respond to a lot of comments with videos, which is what I did when I signed all those books at Barnes & Noble, and like those videos did well. And I think it's just because I was like responding to questions people had. So it's always like people want to know about publishing. Like there's kind of just like, I don't know, some mystery behind like how do the books get written? How do you get to choose your cover? Like how long do you have to write the books? Like what does that look like? And my life is like very, very boring. 95% of the time.
It is not very boring. Everybody's like so mystified by like who you are.
It's just like this. That's my life, like for 95% of the time. It's like, just me in front. Like there are books that people don't even know about that I'm writing right now. Like I've written so many books in the last few years. And so 95% of my life is just me in the computer writing hundreds of pages, and just getting sucked in, which I love. Like that's why I'm a writer, is that I love the moment where you just like look up from your computer and suddenly 5 hours has passed and you're just so sucked into your world and your characters. And so that's what I love, but that's most of my job, right? So yeah, social media used to be a way bigger part of my day, but now that I'm writing so many books, I have
like not an option.
Yeah.
Where it's like you don't sleep.
Yeah.
Well, even with that, you are like a TikTok master and the writing master. So I'm like, I don't know how you do it all, but somehow you manage it.
I don't have a life. That's the secret. Just don't have a life.
And a lot of caffeine.
Yeah, and a lot of coffee.
Those lattes.
Okay, Alex, I would love to know, can you tell us a little secret?
I guess the secret would be what I'm working on right now. And without getting in trouble, there are two different things I'm working on right now that I have not announced and that are secret. And one of those things is something more familiar. The other thing is something completely new that I've just had so much fun writing. It's just been my thing like for the last few years, just from idea, but then last like year or so writing, and I love it so much, and I'm really excited. It's something I haven't done before. So yeah, I'm excited about that, and that is a huge secret that I can't say anything about, but I am very excited. It's not completely different from what I've done before, but it is different.
Don't worry, we're stealing your laptop that is right there.
Yeah, I know. I kind of sometimes get afraid when I work at a coffee shop. I'm like, what if someone took my laptop right now? They would have the next insert,
Don't
series
do it, guys.
book,
No, don't
right?
tell
Like they
them.
would have it. It's there, right? Like I mean,
This
I
is
know.
This is take it, run. Let's go.
I know, like if it's missing later, it wasn't me.
Yeah.
No.
It was not us. Don't
It's
worry.
gonna keep me up tonight. I'm gonna be like, what did Alex mean
Oh my
by that? Like- okay, Alex. We always want to end the podcast by asking, what does romance mean to you?
Oh, I think romance means happy endings. I know that like that is the genre kind of what it means, but I do think that like when you have love in your life, like whether that be friendship or like romantic love or like love from your family, like that is the best inspiration for like any romance book or any romance line or any like romance like plot is like real world love. And I'm like constantly like either if I'm listening to songs or like just thinking about something that's happened to me, like I'm just constantly moved almost to tears just thinking about like how much love like means to me. It truly is like the only thing that matters. And so whenever I'm writing, especially when I'm writing these really emotional scenes, especially with like a love triangle or like a romance like this, I really do think about like how much it means to me, and I get really emotional when I'm writing these scenes and these lines because love is everything, and it's not just it can be fun and lighthearted, but it really is like the kind of the center of everything. And so I get it means a lot to me, and I do sometimes start off the day just like crying, like in a good way, just like, but like, oh my gosh, I love my like bear, the Bernedoodle so much, and like then you just write these lines, and so I always have to have that like real connection to write the lines that are like sometimes the reader's favorites or like my favorite lines come from those like just crying and thinking about what it means to me and like what it would mean for those characters. Sometimes I will cry thinking about like, oh my gosh, like Isla or Elle or like someone else that I'm writing, like, and it's like that's not my life, like, but like it's kind of like you have like empathy, or like I'm thinking about them, and it's really interesting because I just think when you care about these characters so much, you really start to kind of almost like be like I can imagine what they're feeling. So I'm really like in my feelings when I write, and I cried so many times writing this book, especially the ending and the books that I'm writing now. I've cried a lot.
Oh my
so that's a really long answer for romance.
I will say for this one, I love the dedication that is like you make summer. You make you know what it is.
Yeah, you make every day feel like summer.
Yes, I was like exactly that.
Yeah,
it was like to find love like that is just beautiful, and like Elle does on the page, right? And it's like not only about love, but it's like her growing and like learning, like.
And love is hard, like whether it's again like romantic or like family or friends, like it is hard. And relationships are hard, and like people are complicated. Like that's like something that Elle says in the book, and so I always try to show both like the really hard signs, like to fight for love, like whether it's romantasy and like actually fighting for love, or like a contemporary romance where it's just like the circumstances and timing aren't matching up. I do think that like love is worth fighting for, and that's what it means to me.
I love that. I like got chills. I'm like, now we're all gonna cry right now. Okay, we actually need to have tissues in here next time just in case.
That's a great idea, because we're also very emotional.
Yes.
Oh my God, Alex, I could talk to you all day. But
let's just say I don't have to write my book.
No, exactly. There's nothing else to do.
I don't have anything to write right now. Yeah.
By the way, for everyone who doesn't know, her editor's right there.
My editor is looking at me right now, and I'm like, I might just like the door might not open for the publisher right now. I might get locked in here to write my book. Is all I'm saying. Yeah.
We'll keep you company.
We'll give you company. We'll be right next to you. Don't worry. But again, thank you so much for joining us today. It was so great to have you here.
Thank you.
Alex, if anyone is looking to follow you, if they're not following you already, what are the handles that they can find you at?
So it's Alex Aster on Instagram and then alex.aster on TikTok.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you all for listening, and be sure to tune into the next episode of The Book Was Hotter. But in the meantime, love you.
Bye.